What's up guys, Lewis here from Incredible, back with another rundown of this week's top indie game news. Now apologies that we haven't posted these videos or many other videos the last couple of weeks. It's been crazy busy around here, but we're now back to our full weekly schedule. So you can expect our weekly podcast, you can expect our weekly news, and you can expect our weekly release videos all back up this week. Now as always, every news story covered in this video is covered at a lot more length in the weekly podcast, where episode 59 will go live tomorrow night. That's Monday night as of recording this. So enough going on about what this video is. Let's dive into this week's top indie game news. We kick off this week with the news that Stranded Deep is coming to PS4 and Xbox One on the 9th of October. Now Stranded Deep has been available on PC in early access for the last couple of months, but is now making a full console release. The sandbox survival sim game by Beam Team Games sees you surviving a plane crash and making your way to a desert island. You'll need to build shelters on the desert island, cultivate the land and explore the local waters. And judging on a trailer, those waters don't exactly look to be what we would call friendly. Don't get me wrong, sharks are pretty cool, but one jumping up at your raft when you're trying to get away from the desert island, it looks pretty terrifying. With all that said, I personally cannot wait to jump into Stranded Deep when it comes to PS4, Xbox One and gets a full release on PC on the 9th of October. Other news we've got this week is based around fast-paced arcade racer Grip, which is coming to consoles and PC on the 6th of November. The news we've got around the Grip this week is based on the multiplayer elements of the game. Developers Cage Element and publishers Wide Productions announced that the multiplayer races will feature up to 10 players online. And the game will also feature the much-dined split-screen mode if you fancy playing locally with friends. As I previously mentioned, Grip is coming to all consoles including Nintendo Switch and getting a full release on PC on the 6th of November. Another game announcement we heard about this week is Pilot Sports, which very much sits in the same vein as Pilot Wings. Pilot Sports has been developed by Z Software and Wild River and looks to offer players a variety of different challenges, including parachuting, paragliding, jetpacking and just the ability to fly planes. The game also features up to 4-player local multiplayer. Pilot Sports is coming to Nintendo Switch, PS4 and PC on the 4th of October. Now another game that we found out coming to Nintendo Switch in October this week is Tricky Towers. Tricky Towers was available as a PlayStation Plus game a couple of years back, so that's why you may recognise the title. This excellent multiplayer tower building game may look a lot like Tetris at first, but the difference here is rather than trying to clear lines at the bottom of your tower, you're actually trying to build your tower up to an end goal. There are also a lot of other challenging game modes available, all of which can be played in a single player campaign or with friends. And it's the excellent multiplayer options that Tricky Tower offers that makes it one of the perfect games to play on the Nintendo Switch when it arrives there on the 11th of October. Now Insurgency originally released a couple of years back on PC, and Insurgency Sandstorm is a new game from New World Interactive and was meant to release on September the 18th, but has been delayed until December the 12th, for good reason. Developers New World Interactive came out and said the game will be delayed because they want to address community feedback and they want to make sure the game is completely what the community want before it gets a full release. Now you may remember Insurgency Sandstorm had a beta leading up to the September the 18th release. Now that beta has been extended all the way up to the December 12th release. So if you want to play Insurgency Sandstorm now, then you can head to Steam, pre-order the game and that will get you access to the beta all the way up to the game's full release on December the 12th. This week's final news sees us talking about cats in space. Now if anyone watches our podcast, you'll know just how obsessed Dan and I are with cats in space. Or more importantly, Catastronauts. Catastronauts is a game that sits in a very similar vein to Overcooked, but rather than trying to cook up a gourmet meal, you're actually just trying to save your spaceship from blowing up in space. Now we both played the game earlier this year at EGX Res and both had a lot of fun with Inertia Games' Catastronauts, but were pretty disappointed to find out that Catastronauts meant catastrophe and not cat astronauts. But that has changed. Along with the game releasing on the 28th of September, we're also getting some cats in the game. Woohoo! Who doesn't want to play as a cat in space? Catastronauts is coming to PS4, Xbox One and PC on the 28th of September. Nintendo Switch fans, do not panic. A Nintendo Switch release is very close behind. That is going to wrap up this week's indie game news. As always guys, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. If you like these videos, then why not give them a little like? And if you like what we do at Incredible and want to keep up to date with more indie game content, including news, previews, reviews, or a weekly indie game podcast, then why not subscribe? And if you really like what we do, why not follow the link over here now, over to patreon.com/Incredible, throw us $1 or so, and you can get exclusive pre and post show content on the weekly podcast, as well as a complete ad-free podcast. As always guys, thank you so much again for watching, and until next time, goodbye.